everybody, and welcome to another episode of Red Ready Man. In this episode, we're going to be taking a look at some new Pokemon. We're going to be looking, well, not new Pokemon as such, although there is a little new one at the end. But we're going to be taking a look at some new moves on Pokemon. And in particular, we're going to be looking at Ninetails and Politoad. So let's get into those battles. So let's get this started. So let's start this video off. So what we're looking at here is Shadow Ninetails, which is a rank 1 Shadow, which is one I've been meaning to pair up for ages, which has Ember. And then we have Politoad with the new Weatherball. And we also have Venusaur in the back, Frenzy Plant, which is a new one that I made up from my Elite TM, so I thought I would use that. Now we get a perfect lead here in the Skarmory, and it seems that people are a little bit freaked out by it. So I dive out, I save a move, and I come in with the Venusaur. Now the Mud Bomb will do around about 30% damage to me, so I should be fine to take this. Unfortunately, it's a Blizzard. Completely miscounted, which has set me at a massive disadvantage now. So I've decided to come in with the Ninetails, and I'm just going to try and get as much energy as I can, firing off, trying to get shields. They let it through, so I'm going to have to shield here and maybe try and farm down, but at this point I'm in a real bad position. Luckily I have two answers. I'm going to have to spend both shields here. I have two answers to that Skarmory. So farm down now, take it out. I'm expecting the Skarmory to come back in, and it isn't. Okay, this is great. So this is Stunfisk, and we throw the move very quickly, get a shield, come out, go into the Politoad. Now, the Politoad is not a bad response to this Skarmory. The Sky Attack will do around about 40-50% damage, I would imagine. Yeah, it just takes me into the yellow, and I have already got a little bit of damage on that, but I've got two Weather Balls lined up, so hopefully they'll shield one. And then I either don't, okay, can fire another one off, which is fine. They're going to have to leave here with energy. So they're going to have to leave here with no energy because I'm going to get to another one, which I do there. So that shield that they spent was kind of badly spent. I'm expecting this to take them out. And then in comes the Stunfisk, throwing its energy straight away. But this is okay because the Ninetails in the back has got a couple of moves lined up. The Fireballs are going to do super effective damage. Nearly dropped my phone then. And two of these should take it out. Oh, and just get to it in time. Now, I think they're at a Rock Slide here, and the Rock Slide is going to be super effective. And I managed to get one Ember in quickly, and that was the power of Ember. So, off to a good start. This isn't a fantastic set. This is the first set that I did. But I just thought I would put it up there anyway and just show it warts and all. I think sometimes that can be better. So, we're going up here against Alakazam. And we're leading again with the Ninetails. An awful lead for us. Not good. But I'm going to pair up a little bit and try and catch this on the... And unfortunately, I don't switch in time, so I do have to spend a shield. But I'm going to keep pairing up here. I'm going to get energy, then jump out and catch the Mud Bomb on Venusaur, which will do around about 20-25% damage to the Venusaur. Not so much there, you see. And they come in with their Marowak. Now, this is okay because they're locked. I'm going to get some chip damage with Frenzy Plant, and it's quite surprising how much damage Frenzy Plant will do. And I get a shield, which is even better. Just let this through. They're dumping energy on me. Bring Politoad in and just Weatherball and surf my way out of this. I am thinking about swapping the Weatherball or Surf for an Earthquake, but that is going to cost me an Elite TM. But just for coverage, otherwise just plain water is hard. I've managed to just an extra little bit of farm there, which is fantastic. In with the Skarmory, this is amazing. I know what they're doing here. They're coming in with the Skarmory because they don't want the Ninetails to be seeing it. Very smart play there. I'm going to fire another one off before they get to their Sky Attack. Yeah, and this is chunking away. We've done so much damage here. Just with this Politoad. It is super spammy. And I think we might even get to another move. We just not enough. But we'll come in and fire this straight away. I want to get rid of it. I don't want to catch a Sky Attack here. So we get that out the way. Now they have a shield left. I should have gone for the Psychic because they didn't shield here. And this was my only win condition. And I kind of panicked a little bit. Decide to shield. for reasons unknown, because the game is over and I've lost this one. So bad lead, bad play, and well played by my opponent. They managed to get it in the order that they needed to see it. So well done to them. And that's the importance of switch in this game. If you get switch, you can just do so much more. But going into the next game, and let's see what we get here. Why do they have long numbers for names? Why can't they? There's plenty of names still available. Now, this is not a good lead for us because the mud bombs will be super effective against us. But Toxicroak is so glassy that I'm almost tempted to just keep embering and just keep going and try and get out of here and keep some energy. So I'm going to throw, hopefully get a shield. I mean, they seem so low that I'm expecting them to shield here, which they do, which is great. Try and get to another one. Unfortunately, I get outpaced. So I am going to let this Ninetails go here. I'm very sorry, Shadow Ninetails. Coming with the Politoad. Mud bombs won't do much to us, so I'm just going to go for an aggressive farm down here and see what they want to do. This Politoad, this Toxicroak, sorry, is running all over our team here. We've lost 1.5 Pokemon and a shield here and switch, so I don't see any way back here. But luckily, I've got back-to-back surfs here, so hopefully they'll want to let this through. They don't know what's in the back, so I'm just going to fire, and then if this goes through, I'm going to come in with the Venusaur and try and farm down here. There we go. So we swap into the Venusaur, trying to farm down. Now, the counters are mounting up against us here, but I know I can take a Night Slash. Take that Night Slash to the face. They get the boost, so I just throw the Frenzy Plant as quickly as I possibly can. Unfortunately, the boost when you're on an Obstagoon just puts you in such a weak position. And what they have in the back, they have the Stun Fist. So we should be good here. We know that the Frenzy Plant is going to do around about 50% damage there. Now, I could just farm down here and shield, but I'm going to let the Earthquake through. And it will take me out. Oh, it's just a Rock Slide. So, but this is the better play. I know that I've got a shield. I have a little bit of energy on here. This is going to be a second Rock Slide, and I should get to the Surf or the Weather Ball before. Not a great deal of difference in the speed of the moves. I think Surf is a little bit quicker, but it does 5 damage less. I really should have gone for the Weather Ball there, but the Surf was enough and I didn't get punished. So from a terrible start and just that Toxicroak walking all over the team, we were able to counter these Pokemon. So going into the next battle here, and we're coming up like a beautiful lead. And they stay in for some reason, I seem to remember. Yeah, they're just staying in and letting me kind of take this. Now, yeah, okay, the Dark moves are going to do a little bit of damage here, but I'm just going to be able to Ember down here. So Fell Play does a lot of damage. I'm going to throw a move, maybe get a shield here. I don't, it takes it out. So, positive lead there. Now, what this means is we can... I don't know what I was doing there. So I should have just let them farm me down, and then they would have been locked and I could have had alignment. But for some stupid reason, I decided to swap. And I think this is just rustiness and not knowing this team. This is the very first battles with this team. And I didn't play particularly well. I haven't been playing particularly well. My ELO has dropped to, well, yeah, it's in its boots. And I'm finding it very difficult to recover, particularly when I'm doing silly things like playing this team. But... okay, I'm going to let them take me out here. I'm going to come in with the... Yeah, I'm going to come in. The Embers will just wipe out that Galvantula. This was just such a bad play because I don't want Venusaur to see this Alola Marowak. But I'm going to have to. And I need to do it before they get too much energy up. So, going to let the first one come through. Think it'll be a Bone Club. Shadow Bone, which does heaps and heaps of damage. They've still got a shield here. I've still got a shield. I need to try and get this shield. So I'm going to throw the Frenzy Plant and hope that we get the shield from them here. And then it's just a pure race to the fast move here. It probably would have been enough to take them out. And I'm just one Vine Whip short. And they have a move ready to go. And GG's to my opponent there. So this team's not looking so hot at the moment, is it? I think Ninetails is incredibly glassy. I think Politoad is going to have heaps of play this in this next half of the season 6. And Venusaur is just a staple. I'm really enjoying having a Venusaur that's actually made up with Frenzy Plant, and it's loads of fun. So another great lead here. Ember's just chunk away, so they dive out into their Swampert. Now, I'm going to throw I am going to shield here. I'm going to let them get rid of their energy. I'm going to throw the Psychic. Then I'm going to go into Venusaur. So it seems a little bit counterintuitive, but they won't shield the Psychic, which they don't, and it does a chunk of damage. And now I can farm down and safely know that I'm just going to take a Hydro Cannon to the face here. But that seemed to be a much better play. There was a lot less farm. There was a lot less baiting opportunity. Now, I've noticed with Venusaur, Frenzy Plant actually does a fair bit of chip damage, so it's worth throwing these. You see there, and I reckon we'll get to another one. So I'm going to let this come through. It's going to take me out for sure. Sky Attack will one-shot at that point. But then in comes Ninetails. I'm going to just try and farm down here. Come out with some energy. Unfortunately, they managed to get to a Sky Attack before, and it might have took me out, and I didn't want to lose all of that energy I've gained. I'm nearly at 2 Weatherballs here. So throw the first Weatherball at the Galarian Stunfisk. This is just fantastic. Get the shield. Throw another one, get another shield. Yeah, this is looking very promising here. Should swap out into the Politoad. They're going to get to an Earthquake before I get to my move. But Earthquake's going to do around about 40-50% damage to me. There we go. A little bit more, actually. Probably 50 to 60. Over farm just a little bit, just to show off a little bit. And unfortunately, it's not enough to take them out, which kind of like the over farming showing off a bit didn't really work, did it? But we still have that Ninetails in the back. That would have still done some damage even if they'd hit us with a move there. So GG's to my opponent, well played to them, and that was the team. So it was a 3-2, and we get our Frillish as our first encounter in this new rank, which is fantastic. Really looking forward to doing something with this. I've seen quite a few creators putting out some videos on it. I'm not quite sure. I can't catch the thing here. It's just moving. Thank you, Diggersby, for hitting the ball back. But it looks, it looks like a fun Pokemon, and I really like that typing. So there we go, Pokédex entry on video as well. Listen, thank you very much for joining me as always. But what are you still doing here? Let's go, Pogo.